Joink. All right, beep, beep. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to this thing that we call Movie Mondays with Matt Plus. We're going to talk about part 2 now, which is all Jurassic Park sequels and franchise type stuff. We covered a lot about part 1. We could have talked endlessly about part 1. Let's recap. I'm Matt Rasmussen, host. This is Dr. Ian Malcolm, directly from Ela Nublar himself. And this is Jordan Sherman, kind of a big deal around here as well.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about the franchise, the bigger franchise. The thing I really want to know, what are you guys' rankings for all 7 of the movies in order?
Oh my gosh. So I would do we go in descending order, like worst to best, or
however you'd like to do it.
Okay. I'll just go best to worst in my opinion. So obviously the first one is the best. I don't think anybody's going to argue about that one.
No one would. Yeah.
And then for me, and I know this is going to be a contentious point with Sean here, The Lost World is my number 2 spot. It might be a little rose-tinted glasses because I was definitely in like Jurassic Park mode when that came out, and I was big into Jurassic Park at that point. So The Lost World was a big one for me. And then I would probably say Jurassic World. Which I know is probably another controversial one to put in number 3. But having it be the triumphant return to the franchise, I know that it has its faults, but I enjoyed it in the theaters. I felt like the story did a good enough job. There's definitely parts of it that I'm not a huge fan of, in particular the whole babysitter sequence. Yeah. I know there's been a lot of discussion online about how things were drawn out there when they didn't need to be, and I definitely agree with that.
Fair
but
enough.
Everything else, I'm pretty much I enjoyed the film. And then from there, it's kind of a toss-up for a lot of the other ones. Maybe Jurassic Park 3 in the number 4 slot for me. And then I'd say maybe like Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, and then right at the bottom, the newest one that came out,
Rebirth. Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yep.
So,
Sure.
How about your rankings here? Because I know it's probably going to be drastically different.
I played up the drama a little bit, but we're strikingly close.
Yes.
Because easily Jurassic Park is number 1.
Yep.
Now that I've had some time for the new sequels to stew, I'm actually having a harder time deciding between Jurassic World and The Lost World.
Okay.
Surprisingly, because I didn't care. I was a little bit harsh on the sequels because I didn't think that Jurassic Park 2 or 3 did justice to the franchise. I didn't care for them. Mm-hmm. I was a lot pickier. On rewatch, Lost World is a lot better than what I've given it credit for. So I'm not that far off from you, but I'm going to put Jurassic World as number 2. It was like, I responded to it like this is the sequel that this franchise deserved the whole time.
Yep.
Like it hit me in the right way. It told the right story. Anything that was like a cinematic nitpick it wasn't something that I could even absorb when I was first watching it. It was just too much fun, especially going and seeing it in the theater. So Jurassic World is number 2. I'll put probably Lost World and Jurassic World. What is Extinction number 2?
No.
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom.
Yes.
That's it.
I keep forgetting that the subtitles kind of get blurred together.
Because it feels like Extinction would be the right title for that one.
Shockingly, they've never
but it's
done
not.
a Jurassic Park
Yeah, we did talk
extinction.
about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They,
Anyway.
they should. They should just
Every time
extinct it.
Every time they announce a new film, I'm like, when is it going to be Jurassic Park Extinction? It just seems like
Yeah.
it would fit.
Yeah.
They haven't done it yet.
So I'll put Fallen Kingdom and Lost World right next to each other, and then probably Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion, right above Jurassic Park 3. I really didn't care for Jurassic Park 3. I've watched it again recently, and it kind of reminded me of Batman and Robin. Like now that I've watched it again, I know that I don't need to watch it yet another time after that. Not horrible, but not great. And then, what do we Rebirth? I can't say enough. I can't say enough bad things about it. Just I'm not that picky on what the story needed to be. It had no charm. The characters were overwritten. It looked like it played like an AI script, or get an intern, have them mine all of these screenplay moments that have happened in blockbuster movies over the past 10, 15 years, and then attach a Jurassic World character to one of those moments and then make that happen. I just thought no charm, no riz, no vibes, just I don't want to think about that movie anymore. You go ahead.
No dino DNA.
No, that's right. It had no dino DNA.
Oh man. Well, my listing's a little more polarizing. It's
Okay.
So I just let little 6-year-old Matt do all the thinking.
Yeah.
Always.
Yep.
So in that, nostalgia is going to weigh in here more than what's the better film versus nostalgia. So
Sure.
I put them all in order that they were released.
Okay.
And
That makes sense.
that's the simplest thing. So of course, nothing will ever top one, period. Never. And The Lost World, good sequel, not the best sequel. I recognize that Jurassic World is probably the better film / yes, it's definitely more satisfying as a movie. Big Kid Matt should put Jurassic World second, but he's not going to. He's going to put Part 2 second. Then he's going to put Part 3 third, because he saw Part 3. Actually really liked Part 3 when he saw it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though it's a mess and it's this and that, Alan Grant's back. The kid's annoying that screams all the time. But and then you got the talking velociraptor. Oh well, velociraptors they do that. So suspension of disbelief. Whatever. 3 is 3, 4 is 4, 5 is 5, 6 is 6. 7 is so bad it'll always be last, no matter what. That's where I'll start to deviate a little bit.
Yeah. Fair.
So
I
that's
agree with that.
that's my ranking.
Very good.
So, man, okay, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of the good things that the sequels have given us. What are your favorite, I guess, quotes or moments from any of the sequels? Like, what sticks out when Part 1 is not in the equation?
Sure. I'll start. Jordan has a couple better quotes. I don't remember a lot of quotes from the sequels, actually.
We were actually just discussing that in the break, that we
Yeah.
were struggling to remember some of the quotes
Yeah.
from the sequels.
Yeah.
Because the first one is so ingrained in all of our minds that it kind of took up all the hard drive space.
Yeah. It takes up all the bytes.
So we had to think for a little bit to even remember what some of the quotes were from some of the other films.
Yeah, so I'll let Jordan reveal the one that he was able to conjure up. Moments for me would be, stay out of the tall grass. That warning is something that persists. I think about it all the time. Think about it every time there's tall grass. I'm like, I hope there's not dinosaurs in there.
Two little tails.
Yeah.
Sticking out.
And then most of the other moments that hit me the best for the sequels would be in the Jurassic World. So with Jurassic World, it was every moment watching that movie for the first time was like just everything was hitting me right. All the pacing was good. All the terror was good. All the we get to look at this is what was left behind from decades ago, and we haven't learned from our mistakes. All of that was fantastic. setting up for the sequel was super exciting. The sequel came out, and then one of my favorite moments from Jurassic World 2 was the end of the movie where the dinosaurs show up on the mainland.
Yes.
And
yes.
so this is actually, it sets up my biggest disappointment in Jurassic World 3 and especially Rebirth, is that it's time to, like, we've made so many mistakes. We have screwed up for the last time. Dinosaurs are here. They're going to eat us all. Why didn't that happen in the third movie? What?
It seemed like that's logically what it was leading to.
Yeah.
And then I think some suits got involved. We're like, we can't have all the people get eaten. Who's going to fight the dinosaurs in part 3?
Yeah. So I think not very creative thinking. I think, some humans would survive. Like, it would completely change our way of life. But would that not be a dramatic, fascinating thing to see? Instead of, okay, did they want to prevent that happening so that they could keep recycling stuff from the previous movies? Rebirth might suggest so.
Yes.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of going off of that point, like, it always seemed like that's where the franchise was going, was that dinosaurs are going to take over and we've got to figure out how to undo this. You could almost call it like an apocalypse or, as we were discussing earlier, Jurassic Park extinction.
Suggestion.
Just putting it out there. You can have that one for free, movie execs. I'm kind of surprised that that's not where the franchise ended up. It seems like they kind of went with a half measure, and especially with Rebirth, it felt like they just wanted to do like a greatest hits album, where they kind of plucked things from the other movies and kind of jammed them into one, and it didn't quite work out as a cohesive thing. So.
Yep, I agree with that. Yep. Where do I even begin with like things that are iconic and stuff? There were some good moments in Jurassic World. I think some of the best stuff came out of Jurassic World. The memes, you have the Chris Pratt memes.
Yes.
Yep.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Not a lot of quotes, but I think a lot of something has survived was the tagline of The Lost World, and you saw that plastered all over everything. And then you're like, oh, that's crazy. What survived? And then you watch the movie, and that has nothing to do with anything in The Lost World. Nothing to do with anything. Cool tagline, which I believe is why they chose that tagline. But I think that's minorly iconic, like that tagline. There's some good moments in Jurassic 2. The T-Rex with San Diego. Like I always remember that.
Yeah. Looking into like the kid's bedroom window. It's like being about that same age at the time of watching that movie. It definitely unlocked a new fear, as the kids would say.
I agree with that.
And that's what the franchise should have been. It should have kept going with that, exactly like you were saying. And when I did the previous Jurassic episode, I just ranted about that. I was like, that's what we need is the thing, and they dropped the ball and all that stuff. So we're on the same page with where it was going, where it should have landed, and where probably the execs were like, whoa, 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 what are we ever going to do if people get extinct? We can't make more movies, so let's dial it back, guys. So that's that. That's that little moment. So on that note, I want to ask, like, what's everyone's hopes for the future of this franchise? Do we want this franchise to go extinct?
I mean, as long as they keep making Jurassic Park movies, I'm going to keep watching them, regardless of quality at this point. And I know that the movie executives are banking on that. But, I think there's still time to salvage the franchise. I think that there's still places that it could go. But it seems like the well is starting to run dry a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes from here.
Sure. I would say that for me, if I was the target audience, I would say they only went wrong with one movie, and that would be Rebirth. So my hope would be learn from the Halloween franchise, that you can just rewrite all of your history if you feel like it for a chunk of movies. And so first you could do that now. You could launch from any point in the franchise history that you feel like, and do the, we screwed up, dinosaurs have invaded, and they eat all of us. And then, once you're done doing that, don't worry, like Jordan said, the cash cow isn't over. If you make more movies, and just kidding, dinosaurs didn't eat anybody, I'll come back and watch the next movie. Like, you can cut it right there and go do a new, a couple sequels or a trilogy package, which seems to be really popular. So yeah, I want why can't you just have dinosaurs come eat everybody? That's what would happen. I'm sure that's what would happen.
Yeah, and my thoughts are exactly the same as you two. I'll watch every single one, even if they crank out another installment that is worse than Rebirth, which probably will happen. I'll still go see it. I'll whine about it, but I'm going to give them that money because I like the dinosaurs.
I do too.
Oh, man. Okay, that runs dry our list of questions here. Do we have any last-minute thoughts on the franchise or part one as a whole before we wrap everything up here?
We don't have time for any more of my thoughts on part one. I just probably need to go home and watch that now.
Yeah, I'm very excited and motivated to watch one again.
Yeah. So I have kids who are just about getting to the age where we could show them Jurassic Park. They're not quite there yet, but that is one thing that, as a parent, I'm excited to show them as a part of my childhood. My son in particular is really big on dinosaurs, so I think it's going to be a big moment for him when he finally gets to see his dad's favorite movie of all time. So
just get him a big box of Spree so he can cover his eyes when he needs to.
And Max, in the future, thank you for bringing your dinosaur toys today. I appreciate that. Who would we be without dinosaur toys? I didn't even mention the dinosaur toys we have here.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got
these
some authentic ones.
These are all original. These are all 1993 originals. We have the command center over here.
Oh, let's do this.
We didn't play with this much.
Yeah.
Did it die? Oh.
No, you just had to log on.
Power grid out. Check all fences.
Did it break?
There has to be a guy making a sound effect with his voice.
Yeah.
I failed to mention there was an awful lot of these batteries were rotten yesterday.
Oh,
when
no.
I pulled this out of the corrosion was like bubbling and I had to scrape it. I spent all night scraping these batteries out of here. And so
Wash your hands.
it's going a little crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming, you two. No, JK. Anyway, we'll kill that. So, anyway, for realsies, we'll wrap it up, though. Well, thank you for coming, dinosaur experts.
Thank you for having us.
What a great episode this was. We need to do more of these exact things.
Yes.
Man. Well, once again, thanks for tuning in, folks. And I'm going to tease ahead to next week a little bit. We covered dinosaurs last week and this week, so next week, no dinosaurs, but another ancient force next week. It's one that I mentioned already a couple of times. It was in the box office last week. And if you know me, I like the scary movies. So it's one of those. And we'll get a little more into that next week. So thanks for tuning in, my friends. And until next week, stay spooky, everybody. Zoom.